Sweet green eggs and ham. Okay, we're seeing stream quality good.
For now.
For now, we're looking
Hopefully it
good.
didn't change everything.
Yeah, we'll see.
You call the race right now, I'll get everyone the new link.
Yep, sounds good. And it's Ty Mosley here. He had the lead off the pole, just looking at the pole right here. Ty Mosley did have the lead. Michael Carroll in second, Landon Norris in third, Travis Farmer in fourth, Jonah Epsey in fifth, and Nick Donati, ninth year zone, in sixth. Michael Carroll as well, ninth year's own. And like you said, Kevin, it's a short grid out here, but it's going to be easier to focus on the guys out here. Ty Mosley had the pole, and he's led off pretty well so far. And from what we've seen, Kevin, out here, just from the, the practice laps and stuff like that, and we know, oh! And Ty Mosley gets loose there across the tri-oval. He's still loose and comes down in to Travis Farmer, but he holds on to it.
Yeah, and quality is looking very good now, Luke.
Yeah, lovely, Kevin. That's what we like to hear. Not too sure why Streamlabs likes to reset my FPS value every time I start it up, but nonetheless, we're good and we're back. And it's ninth year zone Michael Carroll with his first shot of the lead out here tonight, Kevin. But Nick Donati, another one of ninth year's own, is running in P2 behind him.
Yeah, and Luca.
A little bit of wall rub back there by Nick Donati, but
Hey,
he holds on
everything
to it.
going okay with the live?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's under a new link right now. We put it out in the chat. It wasn't working FPS wise on the first one, so
Yeah.
broadcast is up and running.
We're good.
All right. Thank you.
Mhm.
I hope to see this.
Yep,
Hope to see a very fun looking race.
Or let us know if you see it somewhere.
All right.
Thank
You
you.
have a good one.
Sounds good, man. See ya.
That was Co-Commissioner Cohen checking in on us, making sure everything is okay and looking good, and it is now on the new stream. As we're about 5 laps into this one, Luke, and it's a 1-2 for ninth gear right now.
Yeah, but how about Ty Mosley? He was leading off here early. He had the pole, rubbed the wall a little bit there, and seemed to get a little bit loose across the tri-oval, and now he's approaching 2.5 seconds back. He's going to really have to dig deep here if he's going to want a shot at catching up to these leaders, but it's 104 laps. We know this is the old Atlantic configuration, so it's not a long one out here tonight, but regardless, it's he's definitely got time to make things up here and make things work, and he's staying right around that 2.5 mark now, but he's fading off fast, it seems.
Yeah, and a good qualifying for him. He looked good all through practice too. Had a good 20, 30 lap pace going. So there's no doubt in my mind that he'll be able to pull this back together and at least pick up a couple positions along the way. It's going to be at minimum a 2-pit night, Luke.
Yeah, and I personally prefer the new Atlanta configuration. I'm a big fan of the super speedways, but this old one is also, I mean, it's hard for me not to like this one as well. I mean, the fast tire wear is always pretty fun. You'll remind me, do we know the amount of sets of tires these guys have out here tonight?
I will get that information.
Let's see.
All right.
They got 6 sets of tires out here tonight, Kevin. They got a lot of them.
Yeah, and no shortage of tires out here. So I'd assume these guys are going to come in. If we do see a caution, no problem. But Nick Donati able to get around Carroll and get the lead there. How about Travis Farmer, though? He's maintaining a good pace out here.
Like you said earlier, Kevin, it's a 1-2 ninth year racing run right now. But it's still pretty short in out of this one. Seems like maybe some internet issues there for Nick Donati. He's been kind of glitching, hoping that's just an RN thing, but...
Yeah, and it definitely could be.
Yeah, and we seem to be having a good end of the issues, but hopefully be getting that fixed here within a week. Very most. Very, very most. Ty Mosley now falling 3.5 seconds plus off right now, Kevin. He doesn't seem to have found the groove out here early on, but still a lot of time to work.
Yeah, and some of these drivers, I feel like you know, are especially good runners on the long runs. So, you know, maybe he doesn't have the short run speed, but we're going to see him pick it up and gain some, you know, some seconds back on the longer runs. So it's just something to pay attention to, but no doubt that he's not moving in the right direction as of right now.
It could always be some tire saving out here, you know. Maybe he's trying to hold on to some wear here, so he might be able to, you know, skip a tire set maybe on the next caution, next hit time. And do you remember I think they said, what, 40 laps fuel
45 laps on the window.
45 laps. So they'll be coming in here. Before you know it, they'll be here. These laps go by
no doubt about it.
out here. We'll take a look at their last lap times up there on the tower right now. They're running about 30-second laps all the way through right now. So, I mean, we'll be there before you know it. And look at the best times here maybe of the night so far. And it's been ninth gear zone Nick Donati, but 0.01, oh my god, off is Jonah Epsey. Two very, very close best lap times out here. 30.02 and a 30.03. That was Nick Donati and Jonah Epsey.
Yeah, and you know, in practice, Luke, we did see a few 29.9s. So, you know, we heard the track heated up a little bit since practice, could be a factor. But these guys could have a little bit more left in it, you know. We don't know.
Yeah, looking at it right now, we're seeing a 90-degree track temperature, Kevin. The track is hot out here today.
Yeah, and you know, that's a fair.
Earlier.
That's a good weather for a viewer, though. What did that say? 65 out there.
Oh yeah.
Great racing conditions.
Little 18-mile-an-hour wind. I mean, that's just a gorgeous sunny day out there. I mean, that is just goddamn beautiful out there, Kevin.
Absolutely, and right now it's still Nick Donati, but looks like Farmer and Espy are, you know, fighting about as aggressively as the front two are, as they're only about 0.2 of a second off of each other. But Landon Norris has fallen well off the pace, and Ty Mosley continues to lose speed out here, Luke.
Yeah, not too sure what's going on with him. I don't know if he's just not found the groove or just...
Maybe even some damage off hitting the wall there.
Some damage, yeah. He did seem to spin a little early, but not enough to cause a caution out here. But let's go on board for a lap and see what it's looking like out here for him. Ty Mosley definitely losing speed out here, Kevin. Not too sure why, but it's still a ninth gear 1-2. Nick Donati and Michael Carroll still running 1 and 2, and they're starting to run away here. They're about almost 2.5 seconds up on Jonah Epsey, who's running third place. Travis Farmer behind him.
Yeah, and you know, earlier I had the privilege of speaking with both of them, and they were talking about ways they can save their tires, because this is not the new Atlanta configuration, this is the old one. So, you know, any long green runs, and those tires can really start to melt. But, you know, as a team owner, Luke, I gotta ask, is it a little concerning seeing them, you know, race each other kind of hard?
Nah, I think it's pretty funny. I like it, Kevin. I think it's pretty cool. They're making it entertaining.
You're here first, ladies and gentlemen. Funny.
Yep. You know, we see the ninth gear 1-2 right there. Nick Donati with the pass on the outside. And he's got the lead out here.
Yeah, and, you know, Nick Donati was leading. Carroll looked for the pass, couldn't get it, and Donati maintains out here, I do believe. Yeah. But, he's led a lot of these laps out here, but Carroll's not losing them, you know? He's got him in his sights, and, he definitely wants to win this race.
Oh, yeah. No doubt there, Kevin. They're almost up 3 seconds on third place, Kevin. They're really starting to get a good run going here, despite even kind of battling each other just a little bit.
Yeah, and you know, Landon Norris now has picked up a position if you want to go watch him a little bit. on Travis Farmer, who has lost a lot of speed, maybe burn off his tires a little bit. Yeah, just Landon Norris, who started out not too quick, has picked up a position on Travis Farmer and has, opened that lead onto him up to about 7/10 of a second. So maybe he's figuring out what works for him a little bit.
He's starting to get a pretty good run going right now, Kevin. He's really caught up on Jonah Epstein.
SB.
Apologies.
Yeah,
He is
Luke,
right on his bumper.
I gotta ask, what are we drinking tonight?
Well, Kevin, it's been a long day of work. It's an adult beverage, we'll put it that way.
Okay, yeah. And Landon Norris looking for the pass on Jonah SB, and he's on his inside. Jonah goes high, and doesn't look like it's gonna happen this lap as SB gets the exit speed, and they file back in single file.
Yeah, but he's still looking for that pass back there. Landon Norris is
Speaking of
done.
passes, Luke, Michael
There he
Carroll's
goes.
made
He's
it
going
around.
for it.
Yeah, speaking of passes, I would like to say Michael Carroll has made it around Nick Donati, as Donati's tires maybe have started to wear a little
We
bit
just heard
with
him rub the
23
wall a
laps
little bit
in.
there. Tire wear starting to become a factor, and Jonah
Looking
SB
back
and
on this
Landon
side-by-side
Norris again, they're still
battle.
fighting.
Yeah, and they're fighting hard. They're trying to get that podium position as of right now, and it looks like the top's gonna have the speed, and Norris is gonna successfully complete the pass on Jonah Espy.
And it's just been back and forth for third and fourth place right now, Kevin. And same goes for first place, but Michael Carroll seems to have a decent run going right now. He's about approaching half a second up on Nick Donati, but we're still running close to each other. They're still... Seems like Michael Carroll's running that high line. He seems to be saving his tires pretty well. Saw Nick Donati run a little lower of a line back there across turns 3 and 4. They seem to be running some pretty similar strategy out here, saving tires, staying on that outside line. Landon Norris and Jonah Epstein, they're still rubbing and bumping.
It's impossible for you, ain't it?
It sure is. Espy?
Espy.
Espy.
Yep.
I think we heard him rub the wall a little bit back there on that exit.
Yeah, and Luke, I really highly doubt it's changed, but first off, take a look at best lap times, and then, second off, see what last lap times look like, and, still same best lap.
Farmer put up a 30.09. I know he didn't have that earlier, so...
I think he did, because I was looking at he was very close to Carroll.
Well. Either way, let's go and look at the last lap times here. Running all about... Yeah, you can just see the tire
really
difference
lap
there.
Michael Carroll.
I mean, you can really see the tire wear difference there. I mean, they're running almost 2 seconds slower than their earlier lap times. No surprise. Tire wear goes quick in a track like this.
We're all refreshing right now. We're seeing the next lap. And Michael Carroll's still putting up better times than the rest of the group, but not by as much that lap. So, some of these guys maybe still trying to save some tires. Maybe these guys starting to go a little bit. It's definitely something to pay attention to, as we are 27 laps into this green flag round.
Yeah, and the 1-2 is really starting to pull away here on third place, Kevin. They're approaching 5 seconds up on them. They've really created some separation and some room. Not too sure if that's just, strictly due to tire saving, or, it's just better laps altogether, but only time will tell. As we're still very, very, few laps into this long race. But I know that first fuel window is starting to get close. We're well over halfway there. Michael Carroll approaching a full second up on Nick Donati now. And Norris behind him. A little bit better of a representation of where the laps are right now and where they're running.
Yeah, and Michael Carroll's now opened up a second plus lead. onto Nick Donati. So it seems like he has a...
Ooh,
Oh!
a little bit of bumping on the wall there by Landon Norris.
Yeah,
That's
you know,
going
that
to
was...
give Jonah Espy a good run there and giving him a good bit of room here to, to make up some time on him.
That was, you know, even a little bit more violent than just the old, you know, rubbing the wall that we've seen a few times. It seems like he kind of went into that one hard. So hoping no damage to his car.
Donati's about a second and a half back on Michael Carroll now.
Yeah, Landon Norris, he's closing in some time right now on really everybody. It seems like, I don't know if you want to go back and look at the last laps, but it seems like he's got some speed right now. I might be wrong. Yeah, he's up there. Still not as fast as Michael Carroll, but he's got a faster time than everybody else. Other than
And
that,
here
Nick
come the
Donati's
pits.
coming into
Nick
the
Donati's
pits.
going into the pits. He goes in on
Yeah.
lap 32.
Yeah, and like we said, could run at about 45. He's probably going to try to split this one about 30-30 end. Going to be interesting to see what some of the other guys opt to do out here, though. And Luke, I'm going to cut you off there because your mic sounds fucking terrible. Luke? Luke, I promise it's not better. I don't know.
Okay, how about now?
Alright, you're good now.
We're back.
I mean, just it's actually sounded like an alien.
I don't know what happened there. Sorry.
But, yeah, you know, as we were saying, Nick Donati probably trying to split this thing 3 ways evenly and get the best of each set of tires. It's a ballsy decision, you know, if a caution were to come out right now, it wouldn't be the best for him, but I think his thought process here is, you know, it's a 6-car field. I'll get the free pass if a caution were to come out, and I would only have to make up 5 positions. So it's not too risky, but, definitely doesn't look like we're going to see a caution anytime, soon, based off what we've seen so far.
And Michael Carroll is still out there. He hasn't come in for a pit just yet, Kevin. He's been, out there for about 35 laps. He still seems to be doing pretty well. Seems as though he's got the rhythm down to run this out as long as those tires are keeping him smooth. And just as I say that, he's going to come into the pits here at the start of lap 36, Kevin.
Yeah, and you know, that, definitely switches things up now, because if a caution were to come out at this point, it would be both of them going a lap down and only one of them getting the free pass. So, you know, fingers crossed if you're a Nick Donati or a Michael Carroll fan, we stay green out here. I'd imagine we will. I don't see any reason we wouldn't, but they are getting a fresh car out there and hoping to go back to work once they come back out of the pits.
Yeah, with them both going into the pits there, that's leaving the lead open for Landon Norris. He's up into first now, and he still hasn't come in just yet. You know, that fuel window is really starting to get stretched out here. The guys are all going to have to come in here pretty soon, and Jonah Espy's going
when they do,
there.
Luke.
So does Travis Farmer. That's going to leave Landon Norris and Ty Mosley the only two that are still out there.
Yeah, Nick Donati able to get back around Carroll. As he's got, you know, a few more laps on his car than Carroll, but it's going to be tight between the two of them to see what that, you know, gap timing is once the rest of the guys do decide to come in.
Yeah, but they aren't doing it just yet, Kevin. They're still out there. They're stretching this fuel window as wide as they can, and really not a bad decision by them. They're really just trying to create as much separation and time for them in the pits as they can so they can take the full fuel window and obviously a new set of tires.
Yeah, let's take a look at the 77 of Ty Mosley real quick. I just want to see, well, we missed it by a little bit, but I wanted to see how fast Nick Donati got around him. And I mean, look at the difference in speeds between those two cars. So tires, you know, definitely a big factor here. I think if we go on board with Michael Carroll, we'll see it again here soon.
Oh yeah, and here he goes. goes. And I'll be watching on the UI for us just to see when Landon Norris goes into the pits. I mean, you see him; he's catching him fast, Kevin.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, he is not only catching him fast, but I think he's gaining some time on Nick Donati too.
Yeah, and I'm reading Landon Norris going into the pits, and holy shit, he is flying.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And Mosley's going to be the last one standing out there. And that's going to put the gang back on the lead lap with Nick Donati about a 3-second lead ahead of teammate Michael Carroll. Sorry, I've been watching too much baseball. But both of them are going to be back in the lead if things cycle around cleanly. But right now, 77 car of Ty Mosley just hoping for... There it is. I was going to say, just hoping for anything to happen, but his time has run out.
You know.
Yeah.
It's not likely, but...
Yeah, and it seems like the closest race was between teammates, so obviously they're not going to get into some incidents with each other intentionally, but as the field closes in quickly on Mosley, it's going to cycle back through to what it should be, and we're going to see Nick Donati has opened up a 10-second lead to Jonah SB, 13-second lead to Landon Norris, and 15-second lead to Travis Farmer.
It's going to be interesting to see how the different pit strategies, come to work out here later on. Assuming we stay green out here, I mean, one little incident out here involving two vehicles can definitely result in caution, so we'll see what happens out here, and hoping that's, an us internet issue there, not a Nick Donati issue, but... And I think we currently just saw a new best lap time, Kevin. Looking at the last lap times, a 29.95 by Michael Carroll. Yeah, that's a new best lap time.
Michael Carroll doesn't want to be in second place. He's wheeling right now.
Yeah,
but also another, I don't know if it, no, I don't think it's a new best, but let's take a look at last lap times and see how fast. Yeah, he's consistently putting up, very low 30s or even high 29s.
Oh yeah.
But he's definitely catching, as we see. Not too many fights going on throughout the field right now. I think the leaders is going to be your closest to see if Carroll is going to be able to make the pass, as he's made up about 2 seconds in the past 5 or 6 laps.
Yeah, he's really making a good run, just looking at the last lap time again. I mean, he's consistently, like you said, putting up 30.0s out here. I mean, he's really starting to put the numbers on Nick Donati right now. He's chasing him down. He's not wanting to settle for second.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see if Nick Donati tries to defend this lead he's got, because Carroll is coming with some serious speed.
Yeah, he is. Really moving.
Uh-oh.
Seeing him disappearing a little bit, hoping that's an us issue, but the gap is closing. Nick Donati and Michael Carroll, he's well within his draft now. He's going to start to gain on him really quickly here on this next straight. Electing to take the inside line is Michael Carroll.
Overhead battle cam. Let's see which one of these guys can hang on to the lead out here, hoping both of them can maintain a 1-2.
And a little bit of wall bump there by Nick Donati, getting ready to go into the turn.
Yeah, and Carroll looks to his inside. They're side by side racing down the back stretch. Right now, Carroll has the lead, but it is very close. And Carroll's going to dive it into 3 and 4, and he's going to be able to clear him.
Michael Carroll really did get the clean pass there, and he's got some serious speed looking at the last lap times there.
That's last lap times?
That is last lap times.
That's a lot of speed for Landon Norris. He seems to have figured it out, maybe. Or, well, it just refreshed, but
He must have just
had a good lap.
Finish. Regardless,
I got you.
field is very, very spread out. Your leaders are probably going to be your closest. The 96 and the 95 are pretty close. That's Jonah Espy and Landon Norris. They're not too far off of each other. We'll look back there, maybe off the rear. Yeah, you can see them. They're closing the distance, but they're still pretty far off. Your leaders, obviously, they're still running pretty close. The other two are not running too close. Travis Farmer and Ty Mosley, they got quite the gap between them. But, you know, one caution changes everything out here, Kevin. I mean, one guy races the other guy a little too hard, and it can cause one, so...
Seems like Jonah Espy
You
has
know me
found
for fucking names.
a decent pace.
Well, Landon
Seems like
Norris
Jonah
just
Espy has
closed
found
the
a decent
distance.
pace here as he's. Yeah, you know, both of them getting some speed going, closing in on what was both 10+ second differences.
Landon Norris
Board here with
starting to close the distance.
Landon Norris.
He's going to go for the pass here, Kevin, on the inside. Landon Norris. He's getting a run, and Jonah Espy going up into the wall a little bit there. Feeling the pressure there on that
Yeah,
pass.
and you know, this fight is not what they really need as far as, you know, making up time on the leaders, but, you know, they're both fighting for that third place right now, and, it appears Espy's gonna hang on for now, as, Norris is gonna file back in behind him. But I'm sure that won't be Landon's last shot at taking third place over.
No, I mean, just looking around there, I was just checking. I mean, the
As we
action's still
see.
pretty much the same.
Yeah, and you know, he's really going for it here on diving it into the bottom on 1 and 2, and now he's got the pass. And Landon Norris now in third place.
And they're really fighting for third there, Kevin.
Ooh, into the wall a little bit goes Jonah Espy. And I think Landon Norris now,
Start to run away a little bit.
probably gonna be able to exhale a little bit, yeah. He's got some space now, and his next position to make up is a mere 7 seconds away.
Just looking around here, I mean, Travis Farmer's starting to gain on Jonah Espy now, Kevin. Close the
Yeah, and you know,
distance.
if you want to take a look at last laps and see how quick, based off that, we think he could close it in. Yeah, he put up a 7/10 of a second faster lap than Espy, so he's definitely on a better pace. How about Landon Norris being on the best pace out here right now? Running third place, he's got a lot of speed going.
Yeah, he had some good momentum after that pass on Jonah Espy. That was a pretty dangerous battle there for third for a little while. Ended up with Jonah Espy getting up into the wall a little bit, but they sorted things out after. Landon Norris has had a really good pace, but come back up front. Michael Carroll getting up into the wall a little bit there on the exit of turn 4, but he's still running in first place, and Nick Donati in second. It's still a ninth gear 1-2 out here, Mike Kevin.
Yeah, it is, and you know, not surprising. Ninth gear pisses excellence, Luke.
That they do, Kevin, and I mean, Hard not to be happy for the boys out here. They're getting it done out here so far tonight, Kevin. They got a decent gap there on third place. About 10 seconds, or what is that, about
Knock
6
on wood,
seconds?
of course.
About 5 seconds?
Anything can happen in these races,
Yeah,
though,
exactly.
so, you know, no point in celebrating before it's over, but right now, definitely a good look for the 88 car and a good look for the, I think it was 93 of Nick Donati. I can't really see it right now.
The number 88, Michael Carroll, number 93, Nick Donati. I think Nick Donati might be having some internet issues, bugging out just a little bit, but doesn't matter. He's holding it together. We're seeing a bit of a battle back there. Past, we kind of missed Travis Farmer and Jonah Espy.
Yeah, and SB losing another spot here. You good, Luke? Jesus. Luke. Well, you know, assuming stream can still hear me, I'll keep talking. We might have lost Luke, though, so, you know, Jonah SB losing another position.
There we go.
Yep,
We're
we
back.
got you now. We got you now.
You know, I complain about it every time, Kevin. I really
like I
need
was
to
saying,
do my
Jonah
part.
SB. Yep. Jonah SB loses another position to Travis Farmer. He falls back to 5th. And he's losing speed fast. But you know who else is losing speed pretty quickly? That's going to be Nick Donati. He's down 6.5 seconds. And Landon Norris hasn't lost any time. Maybe gained a little on Michael Carroll, but, you know, that's sat at about 9.5 seconds for a while. So, you know, we might see a battle between the two of them in the near future. Because it definitely seems like the 96 is running quicker laps.
And he's starting to close the distance, but only time will tell out here. We're approaching the 62nd lap. There it is. They're approaching the 62nd lap this time by. We're a good distance away through this race, Kevin. They're getting close to that second pit window. It'll be interesting to see what the guys do out here.
Yeah, I want to
Michael
say
Carroll and Nick Donati are running two different pit strategies, kind of, so.
I want to say that window's going to open around 3 or 4 more laps because we saw them run about max 40 on that first green flag run, but I don't think anybody's going to take it immediately when it opens. I think we're going to start seeing pits here around lap 70-ish. So definitely something to pay attention to as we close in, or how about we take a look at Nick Donati and Landon Norris because they are going to be encountering each other here soon.
You know, we'll watch the onboard of Landon Norris as he is the one closing the distance, so.
Yeah, and I think if I had to take a guess, Nick Donati just burned it off. He took that early pit. He's been out the longest. He's been out for about 32 laps, about what he was out on that first run. And we see Ty Mosley took a pit about 3 laps ago, and Landon Norris decides to come in here.
Yep, he's taking his pit. Looking at some of the action back out there, it's still Michael Carroll leading here, and you see Nick Donati passing Ty Mosley, who is now 2 laps down, Kevin. But he's still hanging
Yeah, and
strong.
you know, he took his pit already.
Yep, and there's the pits by the leaders, Kevin. Michael Carroll and Nick Donati, they're going in.
We're going to go in together, be the last takers. I'll leave it to Farmer. Or, yep, you're right. So not last takers. Travis Farmer stays out, hoping for a miracle. But everyone else is pit. And this could very well be the last stop of the day, Luke.
Yeah, and they're making their way around, Kevin. Jonah Espy is also out, I would like to point out.
Okay.
They're probably going to be coming into pit here before too long, I'd have to imagine, but as of right now, it's Travis Farmer, Jonah Espy, Michael Carroll, Nick Donati, Landon Norris, and Ty Mosley.
Yeah, and right in front of Travis Farmer is going to be Michael Carroll trying to stay on that lead lap. Um, as he obviously just pit, so it's going to be interesting to see what he can do. And I mean, he's got a lot more speed than Farmer, so I don't think it's going to be any problem for him to stay on the lead lap. Next up is going to be Nick Donati. Might be able to see him here on this camera coming to the corner. Not quite yet, but he's going to be the next to try to pass Travis Farmer and get onto the lead lap.
It's going to be interesting to see how the pits cycle through out here for the top two right now, see what they do.
Yeah, another battle that we're going to have to pay attention to a little bit is going to be between Nick Donati and Landon Norris. I'm going to look at the map. It seems like Donati's got about 3 seconds on him, just based off what I can see, but they were getting pretty close to each other there at the end of that green flag run. And yeah, SB Pitts, so Travis Farmer
going in as well.
Going to be last to stay out. And is he in? Okay.
Yep, he's in as well.
Everyone's in. It's going to cycle around. And we're going to see what this looks like time-wise. And it looks like about a 2-second split between Norris and Donati with what looks to be a dominant lead for Michael Carroll still.
Yeah, and they're making a good run right now. 7 seconds between first and second. We're seeing about a 2-second gap between second and third. Landon Norris seems to be making up some time here on Nick Donati.
About 34 laps to go here, Luke. 34, 33, something around there. Michael Carroll still leads. Nick Donati's in second still. Making up some time, though.
Yeah,
and,
I mean...
Landon Norris in third.
Yeah, I mean, the gap in the time is starting to close out here, Kevin. I mean, we're on lap 71 of 104. The laps are starting to close. And they're going to start making some decisions out here if they're going to want themselves in a higher position than they already are right now, Kevin. Assuming they stay green.
Yeah, and I'd imagine we're also seeing some fuel saving out here because the way these guys lined up those pit stops, it seems like this is going to be the longest of the 3 runs if it were to stay green. So definitely going to have to save a little bit, strategize that a little bit, and see how they can make this run feel speed-wise.
Big gap between Landon Norris and Travis Farmer, Kevin.
Oh yeah, about 12 seconds, and it's polar opposite sides of the field right now, and definitely seems like these top 3 were able to run away with this one so far.
Right now we're seeing SB and Farmer. A little bit of a battle going on right now in 4th place. Still about 6 seconds back, Nick Donati on Michael Carroll at the moment. See the gap starting to close from third to second, Kevin. But at the same time now it's starting to dissipate, so a little tough to say.
Yeah, and we've seen all throughout this race, some of these guys have a good run, and then, just their times just get killed because they burn off their tires. So I think right now, it's racing, it's still gonna matter, but I think once we get towards lap 90, 95, 100, that's when we really start to tell, who put themselves in a position to win this race.
And it's going to be tough to see how the pit strategies work out here for the fellas and see how their tire saving is working out here, because it seems like that's what it's going to come down to. We've been green out here throughout the entire duration, and I don't see it changing at this rate, Kevin. Oh, getting a little loose up in the lead is Michael Carroll. Holds it together, but he slams the wall going across the start-finish. Still a little loose there going into turn
he's
one.
he's got a lot of space, so, just gonna have to hang on to it, but as you see on the left side, he's losing a lot of time.
And no surprise, I mean, that was a hard hit to the wall.
He loses about 2 seconds there. So maybe opening up a little bit of a window for the guys behind him. And he goes really hard that time. Whew.
Really having to slow down there, getting ready to go into turn one again.
Like I said, I mean, I imagine he burnt the hell out of his tires on those 2 laps.
I know you said the window's open for them to be able to... Oh, boy. I mean, that just scares the hell out of me. I can't lie. But I do wonder if some of the guys are going to start to consider coming back in here for an extra set of tires. It's only 25 laps to go out here, Kevin. They still got a while.
Yeah, and I think the strategy is going to be, it's not going to be pretty, but seeing how long you can stay out in this car. As we could look at second, Luke, we're seeing a battle between Nick Donati and Landon Norris now.
We'll take a look at the overhead here and see what's what. Is Nick Donati on the outside? He rubs the wall.
Yeah, and Landon Norris is going to make another pass.
Nick Donati has fallen off a bit.
Ooh,
23 laps to go. He
hard
rubs
into
the wall again.
Yeah, and Luke, you wouldn't imagine these guys still have 23 laps left the way they are, sliding around. You want to look at a track temp and see maybe did it heat up? Did anything change or? Oh yeah, which one's track temp?
Bottom. It actually seems to have cooled down, Kevin.
Cooled down. Well, it's definitely changed and
Oh! Nick Donati hard into the wall.
Uh-oh.
Some issues for Nick Donati, as he has really fallen back now. Michael Carroll getting up into the turn 2 exit wall. And yeah, I mean, this tire wear is really starting to show, Kevin.
Yeah, and not only that, but I mean, the track has cooled a substantial amount, so maybe they lost some grip there.
Literally sliding the back
Michael
end.
Carroll's
the exit of turn 4.
Nick Donati lost a plethora of time, though, Luke. Something happened to him.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
He's going into the pits.
He goes into the pits.
Seems to have taken some damage there. Unfortunate for him. Still Michael Carroll on the lead out here,
Have
Kevin.
to keep you updated on that.
Woo, my. Some very scary exits of turn 4, Kevin. I can't lie.
Nick Donati's still in the pits, Luke. Maybe got some damage from that. We didn't, exactly get to see how hard he went to the wall or what really happened there, but, definitely not a great look for him.
Tough to say. We'll get a better
But right
read
now
for
it's
it
Michael
later.
Carroll leading. Yeah, right now it's Michael Carroll leading Landon Norris by 4 seconds, which has been a huge close of the gap compared to what we had seen. It was like 12 or 13 seconds. Ooh, and
Really getting
another
loose on that
hard
exit of
incident
turn
with the
4.
wall there for Michael Carroll.
It's going to really continue to leave the window of opportunity open for Landon Norris, who's closing the gap fast, Kevin. With just 17 laps to go out here.
Yeah, no doubt.
Now looking at the last lap times there, Kevin. Norris is really... He's got a little bit of an edge on Carroll right now. He's gaining time. Surprise there, but just 16 laps to go. Will he have the time to do it? Will he be able to make the pass work? It's going to be the question of the night. The other question tonight is going to be, can Michael Carroll hold on out here? He's obviously been slipping around these last couple laps.
Yeah, and Nick Donati's still leading in the pits, so I think his day might be finished, Lucas. He's at least 3 or 4 laps down at this point.
Ah, well. Looking back at the BRRA Dolphins bet earlier, if he did have his money on Nick Donati, he would be very upset. And in a net
No
loss
doubt,
right now.
Luke.
Seeing a bit of a battle going on right now between 4th and 5th place right now. It's Jonah Espy and Ty Mosley right now. Running pretty close to one another. And a little bit of wall rubbing there by somebody. Oh boy, Kevin, with just 12 laps to go this time by, Landon Norris is just under a second
really
back
close,
now. He is
yeah.
moving on him. The gap has been cut short now. And you see Michael Carroll opting to run that line a little higher than Landon Norris. Oh, and he gets up into the wall, and that's going to be the pass for Landon Norris. Michael Carroll losing time fast. Landon Norris now has the lead with just 11 laps to go, Kevin.
Yeah, Michael Carroll now really losing time as he's going to fall back behind Travis Farmer even.
And he's actually going to come into the pits now.
Maybe? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. With just 10 short laps to go out here, Kevin. The story now is going to be, can Landon Norris hold on to this lead that he's created for himself? As you saw him get a little loose there on the exit of turn 2.
Let's take a look at the lap timings between him and Travis Farmer here and see. Yeah, Travis Farmer putting up very quick times right now.
starting to gain on him, Kevin. Michael Carroll on his way out of the pits.
Through the grass a little bit goes Landon Norris there, but he's hanging on to it right now. Quick times for Travis Farmer, though. As he's catching, if you want to go back and look at the gap. He's made up about a second. And Nick Donati now reading out, so his race is over, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunate if you're a ninth gear fan. And Michael Carroll now a lap down. He had to go into the pits. But and Norris really holding strong out here. The question's going to be, can he hold on out here, Kevin?
Yeah, possibly, Jonah, and, you can only hope with Travis Farmer not having too much time. It's going to have to happen very soon if he wants to, get anything going here. It's just 6 laps to go. Norris probably, looking in his rear view a little bit, wondering where he is.
He's trying his best, Kevin. He's trying his best to make up some time here. Just 6 laps to go. It's got to happen now. And he is putting up time, Kevin. One little bump of the wall from Landon Norris, and Travis Farmer will be right there with him. And you see him, he's just now under 2 seconds, approaching 1.5. He's going to be there before you know it.
Yeah, and it's going to be a matter of, how's he going to be able to get around him, because I think at this point in the race, Norris is definitely going to be blocking a little bit.
And he's now just under a second. Travis Farmer, he's making the gap close now.
Yeah, no doubt. And Jonah Espy now coming into the pits. Three to go here at Atlanta. Griffin Motorsports, probably Tanner hoping for Travis to pull it off. Landon Norris, though, trying to hang on to it. Here it comes. A lot of speed.
Move has to be made here, Kevin. 3 laps to go right now. Travis Farmer right behind Norris. He's on his bumper. He's looking for the pass, Kevin. It's got to happen soon. He's going for it on the outside right now. Getting ready to go into turn 1. Ooh! Bit of a wall up there by Travis Farmer, but he still retains speed. And he's going to start to even make a move and a pass, and he's got some serious speed around Landon Norris. And he's made the pass completely.
Wow.
What a pass.
Travis Farmer able to get around now, and if you're him now, you're just hoping to hang on to it for 2 more laps. He's definitely been able to save his tires the best, but the white flag is out, and it is the final lap here at Atlanta with BRRA Racing. And Travis Farmer has now reached over a second of a lead now on Landon Norris, with Ty Mosley in 3rd, Michael Carroll 4th, Jonah Espy 5th, and Nick Donati 6th.
Getting ready to come across the checkered. It's going to be a Travis Farmer win out here, Kevin, at the old Atlanta configuration with the BRRA Racing.
Yeah, and what a win for him. I mean, we didn't talk about him much at all throughout the race. It seemed like he kind of hit in the back he was down at one point, many seconds. I want to say 15, 16 seconds, and he was able to claw it back without cautions and get the win.
Yeah, and he definitely managed to steal one there, Kevin. He had the speed getting ready to go around. I mean, he had it all together there in the last couple laps. He reeled his time back in right there where it counted and led the last couple laps and really did a good job bringing home the win for him tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, not a dominant race by really anybody. We thought, about halfway through the race, a couple of those guys that were, going away with the lead were going to keep it going. But, I mean, it was a tale of two different races out here once that track cooled off. As he is really burning it down now, showing the crowd how much tire he really has left because giving us a nice burnout.
Yeah, he is, and he's making it work.
How's it going, fellas?
How we doing?
Oh, pretty daggone good, man. My boy got it done.
That was a good race.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was a good time to come back to.
Unable to make it for the race?
Yeah, man. I just got new parts for my remote control truck, and was putting it together, and I realized I was like, oh, it's 9:30. Wait, woo!
Man, what a race!
And good.
Damn, I really thought my guy had it. He was fucking fast.
Yeah, and Tanner, I gotta ask, what type of remote control trucks do you partake in?
I got the Arma Sentin. I'm getting ready to get the Mattress Slash here soon.
Yeah, and we don't know anything about it, but we were sponsored on one of our last races by Rock Pirates RC. Your place for any rock crawlers, so if you're looking for any rock crawling parts, it's your go-to.
Well, I do like rock crawling at the same time I like speed, okay?
Okay.
I just
put
a whole
bed
line in it, and it go about 60 mile an hour now, so.
Yeah, and we're gonna see if we can get some post-race interviews in, being as we're still on air. So I'm gonna go ahead and drag a couple of the guys over, starting with we'll start with Michael Carroll. See, or you know what? We'll work down the line. I don't see Land.
How we doing race winners? Last time I checked, it was Travis, Mr. Norris.
Yeah. I don't see Travis in there yet.
Where do you need Travis?
Just any of the channels I can drag him to.
So didn't you guys do that one race like a 3-2-1?
Yeah. You can do that.
Might do that. Yeah. Because we got Ty in there already.
On Travis.
And we got Landon Norris. God, dude, Landon was so fast today.
Oh yeah.
Hey, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey man, a good race. It seemed to be, two tales of kind of different races out there. Once that track cooled down, it seemed like a lot of the guys that were dominating the first half of the race, fell off the second half. But you were able to, maintain a good pace and get yourself a podium finish out there. You want to talk us through how it felt?
Oh yeah, no, that was awesome. So I was extremely upset at myself after goofing out of 4, coming to lap 2 or coming to lap 3. I mean, I just got the 88 car. He kind of pinched me a little bit more, and I had a little bit more wheel in than what I'm used to, and I just got the rear end loose. But I was able to save it. Had it happen a few laps later, and then we pitted. And I went a little long. I wanted to lead a second lap, and then we came in, and I lost a lot of time. So as soon as I knew I could make it on fuel, I came in because I knew I could save tires and at least be faster than some of the other guys. So I came in early, and the undercut worked a lot. I mean, I got lucky with a couple misfortunes and stuff, but I was really happy to get in third.
Yeah, and I personally wasn't expecting it. I don't know about you, but we saw an entire race of green flags. So,
No, I was not expecting that.
a long green run out there. Maybe changes up some strategy you were thinking about pre-race, or did you, have in mind, we're gonna run this 35, we're gonna run in another 35, then we're gonna, see what we can do at the end.
Well, we were gonna go to me and Landon. We were both gonna go to 45, but then we saw how much time we were losing on the overcut. So he came in at 40, I came in at 41, and then I kind of just ran really hard to try to get at least close to Travis, and then I came in on that undercut, and I'm really happy with how I finished.
Yeah, and no doubt that it was a good finish for you. And week 2 out here getting a podium finish and got some momentum now. How do you feel going into the next week?
I mean, I feel like Charlotte's a bit of a weak link for me, but I'm excited to keep it going, and I think I got a good shot. Just stay consistent.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Congratulations on the podium finish out here, Ty, and thanks for the interview. Anyone like to shout out
Thank
before we
you.
get you out of here?
Anyone I'd like to shout out? I'd like to shout out VMS, super nice guys. I mean, they let me race for them, and I'd like to shout out Landon. I mean, he gave it everything to get that win, and I mean, he's due.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Thanks again for the interview and congratulations on
Have
the
a nice
success
night.
tonight. You do, man. That was Ty Mosley getting it done in 3rd place. Travis, I'm going to get you in here right after Norris. We're going to go 3, 2, 1 on the interviews. And now I'm going to drag over Landon and see what he has to say. Hey, Landon, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do. Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, man, it was a blast watching you chase down on a 9th gear zone. I'm not gonna lie. Usually, I would say be a little upset, but you chased him down and you got the lead, and we thought you had it. And then it seemed like Travis came out of nowhere, had saved some tires maybe, and unfortunately he got you at the end. But a 2nd place finish. You want to talk us through how that race felt?
I've got to be honest, it felt really good. See, my teammates Ty and I was trying to calculate our pit strategies. We fell behind on the first one, then we got back up the pace with the second one. But my folly here at this track was that I didn't tire save enough. Travis Farmer, man, he got the best of me there. 2 laps, I tried to defend, but it's like playing 4D chess, But anyway, still, it's a pleasure to come second here. I mean, this is this track's like home to me. Although my home track's Charlotte, but oh man, I come here with family, friends all the time, most of the time, and we always have a blast. I was hoping to get a win, but it didn't come to fruition. But I'll take that into account next time. I'm gonna come back ready to beat,
Yeah,
ready
and
to race.
last thing Ty just told us before getting out of here was, Landon Norris, he's due. So, we're going to Charlotte next week, and you kind of just hinted at it being your home track. How do you feel, confidence-wise, looking into that?
Well, the racer side of me says I'm gonna win, but uh, you know, God may have different plans. There's always other variables you must take into account. It depends on how much you practice and how much you strategize and how well you know the track. That's all. That's always what it comes down to.
Yeah, and that seemed to be the story of tonight. No excuses because we didn't have any cautions out here. So, a good finish for you, a really good long run for you, getting 2nd place out here, getting some points down. We're excited to see what you can do next week at Charlotte. And anyone like to shout out before we get you out of here?
Oh yeah, I mean, my family, they're in the other room supporting me as we speak. But also Ben Nelson, um, he's giving me some pointers here and there. And the guys at Apex Racing Lab, give them a visit if you're in the Raleigh area. And MGM Chassis, uh, I race karts in real life, so they've been an awesome help. It's the least I can do for them. And Dynamite Trailers and Norse Concrete, my sponsors. So that's all I got.
All right, we appreciate it, Landon, and congratulations on getting a silver out here.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
Hey, have a good one. That was Landon Norris. Luke, he finished 2nd on the night. I mean, we really thought he had it there, then Travis kind of shot out of a cannon. So I think it's time we talk to him about how things went.
Let's bring the leader on in here and see what he's got to say.
Hey, Travis, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey man, what a crazy race. I mean, some of the guys we've already talked to in the booth tonight, never would have expected that to stay green throughout. But you kind of saved your tires like you almost expected it to stay green. I mean, you were down over 15 seconds at one point to the leaders, but you saved them right, and you were able to make that last few laps surge and get the win. You want to talk us through how that race went?
Oh man, that was an amazing race right there. And I was surprised it went green the whole time. I thought for sure we'd at least get one caution. But that was fun. Yeah, saving my tires, that's what got me the race, I believe.
Yeah, and it seemed like on that last green run, they started sliding a lot quicker than other runs. Do you think could you feel the track cooling off because it cooled off about 20 degrees out there throughout the race? Or do you think it was just a matter of, them racing a little too hard and burning it off on that last run?
Yeah. Yeah, I believe they was all pushing really hard.
All right, I mean, you timed it perfectly. I mean, just a great race for you, getting the checkered flag and beating Norris there out at the end. But we're coming to Charlotte next week. How you feel about Charlotte? Are you confident looking at that part of the schedule?
I mean, I'm not really good at Charlotte, but I can do all right. Hoping it's
All right, we
a close one.
yeah, and hoping for some more green racing because it was a blast out here. So thanks for the excitement and thanks for the interview. Congratulations on getting the checkered flag. Anyone like to shout out before we get you out of here?
Old Tanner Griffin. Heck yeah. And BRRA, they brought me here. I enjoy it.
Hey, we enjoy it too, and congratulations once again on the night, Travis.
All right, man. I love your broadcast.
Hey, we appreciate it.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Have a good one. Yep. That was Travis Farmer getting the win out here tonight, Luke, and I think that's going to about do it for the interview segment of the race tonight. Any final thoughts on how that race went?
I mean, you heard it from all the drivers out here, and I got to say it too. I did not expect all the green laps out here, Kevin. I mean, I figured we'd at least see one caution out here on the night, but definitely, it's definitely a nice change of pace out here. I know we, at least in our previous Atlanta, at least the short variation broadcast, it seems like we've had a plethora of cautions. So a good change up, but overall a good race from a short field of drivers out here tonight, Kevin. But that's about it for me.
Yeah, and just a couple final thoughts. Huge thanks to BRRA for putting this on, letting us come and dick around for an hour or two. Big thanks to Griffin Race Paints, Tanner, Cohen, the guys that all make this happen. We got Charlotte coming up next Thursday, and I think that's going to be a doozy. So other than that, we have a race tomorrow night with Roughneck, going green at around 10, and then CMS Sunday night. So that's about how our schedule looks, but that's about all I got, Luke, if you want to do closing statements.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to about do it out here for ninth gear. Big thanks to the guys for putting it on. Big thanks to the drivers for getting her done. And big thanks to the viewers for coming out and watching. We'll see y'all in the next race. Good night, race fans.